Yo guys, I cooked up something new, so Botrk Wukong, hear me out guys. So, actually at the end of the game I dealt 3.7k with Botrk as a second item, first item Trinity Force 5k. Now, what do you have to understand about Botrk? So, the damage number is not correct on damage to champions because your W does apply the on hit, it can even apply the slow, but it doesn't get registered to the damage to champions. That's one of the important things you have to understand. So it did deal more damage on hit, it's not registered. Now, what's even the synergy with Wukong? So, your E does actually give you attack speed and to your clone, which means you can get more Botrk procs. Your Q gives you a basic attack reset, which means you can get more Botrk procs and armor pen, so you get more Botrk damage value. Your W, again, benefits from your E attack speed. It can also basic attack, apply it, and use your Q as well for another reset. That seemed to be a good thing. Your R is just, there to damage. Like, it's just generic Wukong, alright? As a nice finisher if you need to. So let's just jump straight up into it. Now at this point we got actually our Botrk 0 damage dealt on the item, and my W will not even be used in the fight unfortunately, but check out the Botrk's damage after the fight ends into this Blitzcrank. I was even hitting the Blitzcrank, which was a bit more tanky than the Sylas. On the Sylas I would get more damage off, especially because Botrk does more damage, but first of all I focus the Blitz, whatever, it doesn't matter so much, not very interesting. And we got 612 damage on my Botrk. Now that's a very high number actually, it's a very high number without even utilizing W's DPS, which would also proc it. It just wouldn't register on the item anyway, so it's useless to check it. Now, we're gonna skip a little bit forward and let me showcase you guys another really good example of the Botrk usage. Currently, I'm facing a very fat Zed and I want your answer. Would Thunder Sky more likely kill here than Botrk? I want your answer, guys, in the comment section. Feel free to leave it after or before the video. So Ezreal just pretty much hits everything. It's a very fat Ezreal. And, notably, he didn't have... didn't even have his Trinity Force yet, the guy, right? But he did so much damage, it's just disgusting, right? Now, without my ore, I was able to actually chase him down, and the damage number updated to 867. Now, look what my clone does once it gets to DPS. Look at the guy's HP, that's just insanely low. I wasn't just over chasing because there is a risk. Now, check out how much damage I dealt now with Botrk. It didn't update yet. It still doesn't update. Okay, if I tap 1253 without registering the W damage. And the more points I put in W, which I tend to max after, let's say 3-4 points in E, I tend to max W. And that's where this item becomes even stronger. Another teamfight example, so in here we also have an extra tunneler, we engage on the Ezreal, he does actually flash out and we still manage to catch up, and all in this Anivia he was very smartly, I disengaged and re-engage. And in here we didn't get even a Botrk complete proc, which means I didn't get the slow part of, but watch out. Here, without the slow itself, I wouldn't even be able to kill this Blitzcrank because the slow did just do enough to actually kill him before this Anivia gets to kill me. And another great example, where we fight this Sylas. Now tell me, would this Sylas ever die to Thunder Sky as another really good thing? Would it die, guys? How much DPS would you actually deal with Thunder Sky compared to Botrk in this team fight? Sure, you would be able to tank more. That's one thing to do. That's 100%. But from the other hand, why wouldn't the damage matter? Look, at the beginning of the fight, 1253. At the end of the fight, not calculating the W again, it was way more actually. Plus low. End of the fight. It's updating slowly. Bum bum bum. And we can see it's 1728. Really good. Now, as well, when the game does progress, you still wanna opt into Thunder Sky, still a decent item on Wukong, and I'm going more after because they have plenty of AP damage. Now, what's actually pretty good to understand is that sometimes into melee champs you could even leave your W and just disengage if you have to. In here it wasn't the case, of course. This team fights are pacing out in the same way, you go in, you dish out your damage, don't forget to Q in between, of course, and it's practically the similar-ish how team fights are pacing out, but you're way better at getting picks if it makes sense. So 1v1 scenario is gonna be just so much more better. And from the end to the beginning, yet again we are here. So as a closer, this was the you know, first time I did experiment with Botrk, and you know, it has nothing to do with the Ornn upgrade. Um, it's just pretty strong on its own. I will actually do way more Wukong board games to see how it feels in long term. But if you're ahead, I would highly recommend the item because even Habris didn't particularly work out this well actually for me. Now that's it for now, guys. Have a nice day and see you guys in the next one.